congratulations. I think you're really amazing what you did. And I thought, you know what, I have to go and meet this woman.
Oh, thank you.
You're a full-time mum.
Yeah.
You're a full-time worker.
Yeah.
You know, where you got all the time to study? Oh my God, practically a full-time study. How on earth did you, not only did you pass your exams and become a fully qualified accountant last December, but you won first prize in Ireland for advanced tax. Like, come on. How did you do that?
I loved tax. And then like from day one, you just went, there is no shortcut here. You either do it or don't. And I think that is learning rules and all of that. And the first couple of weeks I was a bit kind of even, really? But then I went, oh no, actually, and there's such an amount to it that it was, like what you were covering, you knew we've covered that now. We're not going to come back to that for another maybe 3 months or whatever till you're doing revision. So I kind of very much what you said, hit the ground running. I went, you really do.
And students don't believe that. I find every semester. So I do. I think you kind of go, like I suppose when you're in school, it's the same. Everybody says, oh yeah, well this is for whatever. You're probably you'll be all right. But no, and it wasn't. And I know that first mock, when you said we were doing a mock and we were only probably doing, I don't know, what were we, maybe 6 weeks in, and I was thinking, well, how are we going to do a mock? And that to me was and I remember that time with the mock, I panicked and I ended up kind of doing it as a bit of like a homework, and I messaged you. But that probably was a bit of a wake-up call where I went, it would have killed me to have not done well in the mock. So I studied, and I probably was one of the last to do it, but because I'm working full-time and obviously I have kids and stuff, what I tried to do was, I knew our exam was 9:30 on the Wednesday morning, so I tried to always do my mocks at 9:30, as close to 9:30, so to kind of have that morning routine of, okay, this is what I'll do on the morning of the exam. Even from eating, like, do you know what I mean? Because sometimes, like, I'm not great for eating breakfast in the morning, but but 9:30 for 3.5 hours is a long time to not eat. So you obviously really were practicing.
I tried to do the whole routine of the exam. I've kind of heard things before. I don't know if you know Jerry Hussey, and he's very much about visualizing. So I tried to do that. So I kind of had my desk as it would have been. I kind of kept everything. As well as the exam, the theory end of the tax was the exam setting, and definitely the timing. I just found, rather than doing evening time, I went, okay, well no, my exam's at 9:30. It mightn't have been 9:30 exactly, and I started, but I tried to kind of do.
That's such a good idea. I'm going to start giving that advice.
Yeah, I did found that helped definitely. I know that second exam I did get totally caught for time, and I spent too long on the first because it's the bigger question, and I was trying to get as many marks out of it instead, and then in fairness, your feedback was watch your time, and so for the third one, I had my time, and I kind of went, no, go, move, next one, and it was watching my time. And even I find, okay, you have, say, whatever, 55 minutes or whatever breakdown, but your timer is not going down the way, it's not going up the way. So I even wrote as far as, this is the time, so if it's 3.5 hours by 2 whatever, I need to be moving on.
Tell me about your studying now. How did you find time to study? Did you get up in the morning or night?
No, evening. Look, trying to get out the door in the morning, to me, I would have had to been up totally crack of dawn, and I just found, no, I wouldn't have. I either wouldn't have got out of bed. So we obviously had your class Monday evening, so we did that. Depending on my week, sometimes I would try and give myself the Tuesday evening off because Monday was quite intense. So I'd say, okay, Tuesday. Didn't always, it would depend if I had something else on in the week. And then I would try and put kind of Ollie to bed. So
what's his bedtime?
Normally about 8ish. So again, it would depend. My husband works shift work, so if he was here, I could skip bedtime as such if he wasn't here, but generally bedtime, and then into my mum's, into the caravan, and just study, whether it was 2 hours. But I always felt, even if I was late, 1 hour is better than no hour. So
absolutely.
So I would try and do.
It's a consistency.
Because I was lucky I had the caravan, which was totally away. I left everything laid out, so I didn't have to pack things up.
And did you ever get to a time where you thought, oh, I'm just sick of this, or?
Yeah, and then we'd have a mock and I'd go, oh no, panic. Or something, or there'd be a class and you could have a Monday where you went, no, this is okay, and then we'd have a Monday where we'd cover a topic and I'd be like, oh my God, the amount to learn in this. And so that was generally my morning was...
Hey, mister.
Hi. Yes, Ollie. What's the question? This is the normal as you're trying to study. What is the question, Ollie? Can you have tablet and something nice? Are you going to be good? Right, go on then.
I'm going to have one of the big muffins.
And a big muffin. Thanks.
No, just the big muffin.
Where is it?
I don't know.
All right, okay. We'll see if you can find it. Try not to make a mess.
I'll make it huge.
You probably will. For me, when you said, I remember the first day about turning on the camera, I felt it also meant, even though I know you probably weren't looking at me, I felt like you were. But it was like, God, I have to be paying attention. You know what I mean? So it was like,
that is true.
Yeah, and like I'm a 40-year-old woman. I don't need to be. You know,
yeah, but if I was,
I just felt as in, well, I can't really go on my phone or sitting there falling asleep because you're being watched. So, like, there was the side for you, but you actually
there is almost 100% correlation between students who have their camera on. Definitely, because it shows that they're committed. Because otherwise, it's like I'm the worst of the world.
Yeah. And I found it great to see other people's faces. And even when you be talking about something, I'd look at the few and they were like, "Oh my God, what is this?"
They don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, I definitely think turn on your camera, just from both sides. Then the fact that when you have your camera on, you will ask you questions. Probably turns people off, but I found, well, I have to pay attention now because she's bound to pick on me.
That's the thing.
So I definitely think camera on, even if they want to turn it on and send you a message privately saying, you know, I don't like being asked on the spot questions or whatever, but just for their own sake that they...
So tell me about your first prize now. So did you win any other prizes in ACCA?
No.
You ended on a high.
Yeah, it was a nice high,
Did you go around with a badge walking around?
No, because I obviously was a bit like, really? Are you sure?
You were?
Yeah.
Couldn't convince you.
Yeah, no, I was kind of...
right to lie.
Yeah, I remember thinking, no, this, I was a bit, because I remember sending it to you going, I just got this. And,
brilliant, so well deserved.
No, I was delighted about it. And the rest of my family were like, so you kept trying to convince us you might have failed this, and instead you finished first, which,
How did you feel when it came out of the exam?
I cried. Yeah, I did. And it was over that bloody knowledge development box thing. And it threw me. Because it was 6 marks, I kept panicking then. And that's being totally honest, I came out and I went, well, that's it. I didn't have them 6 marks. And there was something else, I think, that was maybe 4. And I knew I didn't know some of it. And this sounds really weird, but my timing had gone really well. As in, I was going, I'm finished and I'm ready to move. And I was on time. And that...
You were so well prepared.
It nearly panicked me going, have I missed something? Is there something gone wrong? Something along. So I think it was that. It was, I kind of came out going, oh God, well, I've definitely missed those 6 marks. And
so that's how much you wanted it. That's so interesting.
No, I did. I remember it, and I was kind of going.
And it's a discharge as well because of all the stress of.
And it was like, it's over. This is it. And it was, well, touch wood, it was over. That was at that stage going, please let this be the last time. But I did. I kind of came out and had a little cry, and it was like, oh no, I don't know if that's
so. Do you have any advice now? So somebody who is going to start mid-August. God love
I know. I was looking at 15th of August. I think we started. Yeah.
Have you any advice? What would you say to them?
Definitely listen to what Paula says about hitting the ground running, because she's not lying.
And when you say hit the ground running, what do you mean?
Just even look at the start. It's probably a bit harder to start doing exam questions, but even just reading back over, maybe. Like, you obviously have your book and then your notes, which is the condensed version of the book. I used to find sometimes I'd pull out the book and just have a read of that. A lot of it was the same, but there might be a few more examples in it. And then as we went on, just doing questions, redoing some of the questions.
Conditions.
Yeah, learning them. I bought Clarice's thing, and I found that brilliant because I had it for one. Now, I did write out some of my own, and I had little cards. I also made, like, oh God, it's an Excel version, and it's all very abbreviated, and I had that printed out and stuck on my desk. So it was, it probably makes no sense to anybody else, but it was kind of a one-sheeter Excel, and that was kind of stuck to my desk all the time. So it was just little, just like, as I said, it would be just initials of some of the conditions. And I found that. So, look, that worked for me, taking hers and turning it into something that was mine. But I probably had 3 versions of her book. I kept one in the car. So if I brought Ollie soccer training, sometimes I'd just read over a few. And because you forget them, because you learn one and then you go, oh, hang on, retirement relief, entrepreneur, and you get jumbled slightly. So I felt having it in the car. I had it downloaded on my phone. I had it obviously with my notes, but I had it kind of everywhere. So when you get that mad notion of, which one is that again? I just picked up her little book. I found that brilliant, really, really good. And then I could write my own little bits on them if I needed to, you know, or explain it maybe a little bit more. Definitely live classes if you can. Look, it doesn't work for everybody and maybe not, but I think if you can, you get a bit more interaction with you and with other people. Join the group, that WhatsApp group. Like, I mean, I had it muted because there was times I was in work and maybe there was questions, and so I would mute it because I don't want it binging when I'm in work. But I definitely found that, even just to see, and this sounds like other people struggling a little. So you saw someone send in a question.
What is corporation tax?
Yeah, or something, and you went, oh God, thank God I'm not the only one who doesn't know. And there was definitely no stupid question. And then as it went on, so initially everyone waited for your reply, and then as it went on, everybody else was answering. So you kind of saw, and you kind of learned from that, or you pulled out your book and you checked what they were talking about. But yeah, I think that but definitely, I think if you can, the classes, try and attend them live. I do find, plus it's done. Because your very first one, I remember we had a bit of an issue around Zoom, and I didn't get to do it live. And then that you're kind of trying to catch up on yourself, where I found it's done. I've done it Monday, it's done for the week, so my week now is my own to study or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice to see you, and the best of luck in everything you do in the
Thanks
future.
a million, and thanks a million to you for everything, because no, I definitely wouldn't have got it without you.
You would.
No, definitely not. No, definitely not. Cheers. Thanks, Paula.